Welcome back. It's been just over 2 months since my last email. Perhaps even this is a reminder that you're on this support list. You're a part of this team as I continue to serve on staff here in Hawaii with Youth with a Mission, YWAM Honolulu. Just being open, straightforward, and honest. My mom passed away September 9th of this year from cancer, just after I got back from Japan. I appreciate your prayers and know that I'm handling it well, all things considered. She always supported my creativity, my videos and such, so you better believe that I'm not going to stop these anytime soon. Let's head back to Japan, shall we? The last 2 months have been incredible. Let's take a look. And yeah, elephant in the room. I got a haircut. The team, small but mighty, co-led by Esther and myself with students Ernesto, Nate, Marina, and Jesse. June 28th, we headed to the airport, catching a flight to Osaka, Japan. Making our way to Izumi City, a southern suburb, if you will. There we found our destination. A church, bookstore, preschool, and cafe all rolled into one. Jesus Cafe House. Undeniable passion. That's what we saw when we first stepped foot inside. Throughout the congregation, there was evident desire to connect to God and receive His love, His heart for Japan. We were amongst a family of strongly rooted believers, worshipers, prayer warriors crying out for their neighbors, for their nation. We realized quickly they weren't afraid of getting others involved, to build relationships and have those real, tough conversations about truth. The organic, outreach-focused mindset held by this church was inspiring and a bit mind-boggling, to be honest, as we saw firsthand the sacrifices made to run so many uniquely different programs, week after week, all under one roof. What an opportunity for us to support a ministry like that. One that is seeking the Lord and the lost, continually giving and giving of their resources. We were ready to be utilized, ready to be the hands and feet for whatever came our way. Saturdays ran us from about 12:30 to 8, 9, sometimes even 10 at night. We helped out Funtaz kids. It's like Sunday school. Dancing and singing with the kids, teaching them stories from the Bible through skits and messages, sharing the truth while doing our best to keep them engaged and having fun. A prayer meeting followed, which we helped set up. Then a service would begin afterwards. Our entire outreach was focused on J Cafe. So we really became part of the church, serving in many ways and witnessing what life was like there. We even got to see a baptism. At the end of the service, as the day neared completion, tables were broken out and the whole church ate together. An incredible time of fellowship, strengthening relational bonds, and a perfect way to end the day, like family. The majority of our ministry opportunities revolved around English cafes, where we would sit down and talk with those interested in practicing English. We would invite people to cultural events and international coffee houses, handing out flyers at train stations and even a nearby university. God really showed us how He can move through anything, even pamphlets handed off to people hurrying through their day. People read the flyers, they showed up. The team got invited to a few schools where we put on programs and encouraged the students. Afterwards, we'd sit down with the school's principal, investing time in that relationship for future visitations. At one special visit, we went to a Bible club run by a past student of mine at the high school she now teaches at. Mizuho was on the first team I ever led back in 2017 to India and Nepal. It was great seeing her again and having her translate for the team. She also helps lead the youth ministry at J Cafe, and we were able to join in on a number of their activities. Here's a video I made for them of one of their events. It goes without saying, Jesus Cafe House is a special kind of place. But more specifically, it's the people that make it so impactful for the community and any who step inside. We stayed with different families from the church for the full 2 months, and the hospitality and care blew us all away. Selfless and open, trusting us around their children, I felt like I was home away from home as we were beyond welcome to enter their lives and personal space for this time. Amidst strange languages and different foods, with some familiar ones, all hail instant ramen, the hustle and bustle of what was once a foreign land slowly gave way to familiar train routes and lengthy conversations, which led to relationships, opening up the door to share the gospel and the reason for our team being in Japan in the first place. This was achieved by living life in the shoes of the Japanese. Ernesto and I got the chance to join members of Jesus Cafe House in a soccer tournament with other churches around Osaka. An incredible time of connecting, building relationships. Even though we didn't claim the trophy, we made a good name for ourselves as foreign players, and got some great food. Here you see us at Domino's, a part of a Making Pizza program. We helped out at a social workplace called Milk House, where children with special needs would come to learn and spend time around the staff there. Not many pictures for security reasons, but such a blessing to come alongside a workspace run by members of J Cafe. Toward the beginning of outreach, there was some overlap with another visiting team from Anuri Church in California. They put on a VBS we were able to join in preparations for and to help facilitate. So many kids came. The skits performed and stories shared were well received, a time of learning about our Maker. Along with the English cafes, another huge way we served Jesus Cafe House was in the preschool, Kingdom Kids. That's what this building started out as, just a preschool. But the vision grew and the church sanctuary was added. A lot of the mothers came to know Christ through their children going through Kingdom Kids, just from hearing at home what they learned at school that day. So it's a very special kind of place. We got to know the children that attended very well, and through them got to know their parents and invite their families to our events and cafes. Specifically through Jesse, one dad came to know the Lord. Incredible what Jesus can do when we make ourselves available in whatever way He wants to use us. Besides just assisting the teacher and classroom, all that entails, we were able to practically build new stairs down to the playground below the school. It's much safer now. We had the opportunity to go and serve with members of J Cafe at a gigantic worship and leadership conference called Sunzer Rock. Hillsong College from Australia, among other groups, put on workshops and sessions for crowds from all over Japan, internationally too. Every car of the few thousand attendees were parked safely and welcomed with a smile under the glorious beating sun. We were a team of 6 different individuals, representing 4 different countries, and not without our fair share of things to work out. But we came together under the common goal to share the gospel and represent God's love. And we did just that. We put Him first above our discomforts and banded together as a family to take on the mission God had planned for us in Japan. I could not be more proud of how each and every one of the teams stepped up in their own way and embraced a culture so different from their own, me included. Having now traveled to 8 countries in Asia, Japan stands apart. A place like nowhere else I've ever been to before. But guess what? God moves there too. We returned to Hawaii at the end of August, and Ernesto, Marina, Nate, and Jesse graduated soon after, heading back home having completed their discipleship training school. Regarding myself, well, I still attend and serve at New Hope Town, strumming the ukulele and banging the drums. I have a car now, expanding my mobility beyond my 2 feet and the 2 wheels of a moped. Also purchased a drone, adding a crucial resource to my tool belt and making the once impossible now possible. For instance, I can now show you proper footage of the YWAM Honolulu campus, where I sleep, where I eat, where all of our corporate meetings and most school lectures are held, and where I work, editing videos like the one you're hopefully still engaged and amazed by. Since returning from Japan, I've shifted back into the marketing department, a role that involves me creating content like this for the organization. The drone adds a whole new element to what I can now capture. Also, I'm still very much involved with leading worship on campus. As you know, music is and will always be a big part of my life. Yep, that should just about catch you up on everything. I'm discovering a new appreciation for this place, for where God has me and how He wants to use me. Stay tuned as that becomes more clear and I find the words to articulate plans for the near future. The year 2020 is on the rise. Something about 2020. Be blessed. Talk soon.